Oh, hold on, sirens. You can still hear it, right?
Yeah.
Good. I'm not the only one who can hear it. I'm not like Soo Ha with sirens in my head.
I don't know your life.
You say that a lot.
So,
It's your catchphrase, Danielle.
you say catchphrases all the time, Sam.
Yeah, my catchphrases are cool and endearing. Yours are bratty.
Okay. That's true, but yours are too.
Pot, kettle. All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Book Retorts. I'm Danielle.
I'm Sam.
And this is a podcast where one of us explains a weird piece of media to the other who has no experience with it.
It's me, Danielle. I'm like a brand new flash drive. Be sure to format me correctly before loading your weird media into my brain.
And then make sure you, exit it out so it doesn't, steal all your media and break it all. Destroy it.
Yes, steal it. That's what I'll do. I'll thieve your media. That's what thumb drives do.
What are the words, Sam? What are the words?
This is a portent of things to come.
It doesn't matter because in this case, Sam does know what we're talking about because we're on this ongoing saga of this Korean drama.
Knowing what's going on is a bold and maybe presumptuous statement.
Yes, it's the 2013 classic K-drama. I Hear Your Voice.
Huh? Sure.
It is a classic. It's well known.
Okay. How come I never heard about it then?
Because you're really... Name one Korean drama that I haven't done on this show, Sam.
No.
And my point stands.
Yep.
So, Sam, tell us what happened last time on I Hear Your Voice. Catch our listeners up.
Can you catch me up first?
No.
Okay. If I remember, we started off with Hye Seong in a hospital, and then we had flashbacks because cliches.
Yes, we love a flashback.
We love a flashback. I don't remember how far it flashback. I'm getting confused at how far back I have to go into the story. It flashback to the time when Soo Ha was in a car accident as a child. No.
Once upon a time, there were these basketball hooligans.
There we go. Now we're talking. So I don't remember how far back it goes, but it gets to the point where Joon Gook is basically acquitted of this murder charge against Hye Seong's mother. And I don't remember the lawyer's name, but keep wanting to say Wu-Tang. That's not it. I'm sorry.
Kwon Woo.
There it is. I knew the Wu was in there somewhere.
Kwon Woo.
Yeah, Kwon Woo, the lawyer who publicly defended Joon Gook for reasons that are too convoluted to get into now. Did not do wrong by defending him, but did do wrong by telling Hye Seong to get over her mother's death and her trauma from the past, so bad boy.
With zero context, too. It's not
Zero
like he knew anything about it.
Didn't even look up the old case to see what the story was, to be prepared as a lawyer. Bad lawyer and all around.
As always.
Yeah, of course. That's the show. The Bad Lawyers, the TV show.
Yeah. I hear
Bad
your
Justice
voice, bad
System,
lawyers.
the TV show. I hear your voice, too. Bad Lawyers Unite. Anyway, Soo Ha, for some reason, takes this pretty hard. Is like, I gotta go disappear, take good care of her, etc., etc., and then decides to smoke bomb her apartment, Hye Seong's apartment, to be clear.
Oh, yeah,
for reasons. That. Yeah, you're welcome. I remember that because it was crazy. Smoke bomb her apartment. Don't ask why. It doesn't make sense. And then
he was trying to get the police involved so they'd be more on top of things.
Yeah,
to be fair, he's working with Dumb and Dumber cops, so they really do need a push in the correct direction.
Sure, but he also could have murdered Hye Seong because she's too dumb to leave her apartment when it's filled with smoke.
Yeah, she's too dumb to leave her apartment, period.
Yeah, exactly. So, he really took a gamble there, is my point. Anyway, eventually he ends up at a parking garage confronting Joon Gook, and Hye Seong tracks him with a Find Your Friend app or whatever on the phone. And there's a big confrontation. He gets stabbed in the shoulder with a knife he brought to kill Joon Gook with, right? Oh, no, she gets stabbed in the shoulder because Joon Gook's going to kill him.
No, she gets stabbed in the abdomen.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Soo Ha.
Right. What?
Soo Ha is going to stab Joon Gook, and she's jumps in front of him.
Oh, she dives in the way. Yeah, she does the...
Yeah, she's like, no, you can't be a murderer. And the knife goes into her, abdomen.
Which is dumb. And then he gets stabbed in the shoulder, right? When Joon Gook picks up the knife?
Yeah, because he jumps over her to, protect her from being stabbed by Joon Gook. And gets stabbed
I got
in the
order
shoulder.
of those backwards. I thought it was the other way around. That's fine. Anyway, it's dumb. Joon Gook runs away. Soo Ha runs away. Kwon-woo sees them run away and is like, how about that? Cut to a hand found in the ocean, a lake. I forget what kind of body of water it is.
It's like
a body of water.
Hatchery or some kind of
Fish farm.
What it is. Yeah, something. It's like
Okay.
something. It's like it's got a little house with a guy who runs a fishing thing.
Very clear. Excellently done. Hand floats up in
It's
water.
a
That's all we need
hatchery,
to know.
but I don't know
Sure.
why they can fish in it.
How else do you get the fish out of the hatchery, Danielle?
I don't know how that works. It does not really work like that here, I think.
Yeah, whatever.
Sam doesn't know anything about fishing. I can say anything I want.
I've been to a salmon farm a couple times as a field trip when I was a kid.
So
They
the man
did
who didn't know
not
what
smell
deep sea
great.
fishing was.
I know what deep sea fishing is. The world doesn't know what deep sea fishing is.
Your version of deep sea fishing doesn't exist.
It should, and it's a better definition, and you know it. Tell me I'm wrong.
Carry on, Sam. Carry on.
That's right. It's right. Anyway, they immediately assume, they identify the hand as Joon Gook's, and immediately like, oh yeah, that means Soo Ha must have used his kitchen knife to chop up the body of Joon Gook, and we've only recovered the hand for some reason. And so the manhunt is on. Cut to 1 year later?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Soo Ha is found at a farm under a different name with, you'll never guess, amnesia!
We love a good trope.
Look, a good trope can make a story a lot of fun. No doubt. Anyway, they bring him in, he doesn't know what's happening, and astoundingly, Hye Seong, who has reverted to her terrible lawyer way, even more terrible lawyer ways, has taken on his case to defend him for reasons that are bonkers.
I love this show.
I can tell.
It's
All right.
so funny. None of the lawyering makes sense.
A single bit. I'm going to fast forward a bit. Kwon-woo gets back involved. He's working at a bathhouse. Doesn't matter. The only thing that really matters to me is that there was one of Soo Ha's friends was reading his diary, Soo Ha's diary, to him in prison, which was very good.
Was very good.
And then they put him on trial for the murder of Joon Gook. And I don't remember if that ever went anywhere. I think we're still in the middle of that trial, basically.
We are still in the middle of that trial. They also find a woman who runs a fruit stand that is the one that turned Soo Ha in to
called
the
the
police.
tip.
Yeah, and so the paralegal assistant guy is out there trying to question her to see if she has more information on how she
But she's not
lives really
talking.
far from Soo Ha. She's not talking. And so all of that's happening while this case is. Why they didn't do all this before the case started?
You mean investigate before you take someone to trial? That's nonsense. All right, that's what I got. I hope that was enough. Also, very important, the basketball hooligans do not make an appearance. I think they're waiting for the perfect moment.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening. How did you know?
I sense the tropes, Danielle.
Oh, and then the final bit that they
did I miss
finished
the cliffhanger?
Yeah, you missed the cliffhanger ending, which really wasn't a cliffhanger because we'd been saying it all along. Do you remember what it was?
I remember that you told me I'd be happy, and I wasn't.
Oh, that's because I never finished. I was going to go through
that's
more
right.
of the episode, and I didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, everybody. On the plus side, we'll start with that today.
Yay, I'll be happy beginning and then get angry as we go on.
So the cliffhanger ending was that the defense said, actually, there is another person that fits all this evidence.
Oh, right, Joon Gook could have done to himself.
He
Yeah.
could have cut off his hands, and he's not actually murdered. He might be alive.
With no, again, sure, reasonable doubt. Let's go.
Yeah. So we open up with the courtroom scene, and honest to God, the only scene in the courtroom in this entire show so far that has made any kind of sense.
Uh-oh.
So they call up the elder lawyer's jail friend to the stand. Do you remember him?
Yeah, the one who's he defended but didn't do a very good job. It was the other lawyer's dad or something involved in that case.
Yeah. Do you remember what the jail guy, do you remember what his case was? What landed him in jail? I talked about it a little bit.
No, I do not. Good luck.
Okay. What happened is 26 years ago, he was drunk. And when he woke up, he passed out or whatever. And when he woke up, his wife's hand was found, and it was assumed that he had murdered her and disposed of the body. Oh,
just like this case.
Exactly. And this is the cellmate to Joon Gook, you might remember.
And this is Joon Gook's calling card as the assassin of Soo Ha's father for taking Soo Ha out of the government psychic child development program. He has to cut off their hand as a trophy.
Yes.
So It all fits together.
It does. And listeners, if you have not listened to the other episodes, what are you doing? But also, that's not real.
Danielle,
that's all Sam's.
Stop caveating that. If they haven't listened to it, they deserve to be misled. I'm sorry. If you're 5 episodes deep into this, you're like, I'll start episode 5, and you're like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But I'm not going to be apologized for you being misled.
So he was Joon Gook's cellmate, so they have him talk on stage, talk on stand about his experience with his wife. Basically, like, isn't it weird that it's the exact same thing that he told Joon Gook? You know, like, Joon Gook's involved in this murder. That's exactly the same. So the prosecutor objects, calling it speculation, and Gwan-woo goes to town, arguing that their entire case is speculation. They're calling for a murder charge, and they've only ever found a hand, and, you know, there's no proof that knife could even cut up a body.
Look, actual arguments.
God, it's so good. And so they question one of the Dumb and Dumber cops who comes up, who tells them that Soo Ha threatened to kill Joon Gook in his presence. And then Gwan-woo goes up to cross-examine him, and he brings up his lost gun. Do you remember many episodes ago where he lost his weapon?
In his car, and they all thought that Soo Ha had taken it, but they just left it in his car like an idiot.
Exactly. And then also they thought at one point that he had gone to murder Joon Gook previously, and then it turned out that he hadn't done that either. So basically, if you're wrong about those two things, cops, then why do you think that this is your testimony doesn't mean anything?
Fair. Unreliable witnesses.
Yeah, and they finally bring up the fact that the knife was used in both the stabbing case the week earlier and the current case with the hand removal. And Joon Gook was the last one to have the knife. And, of course, everybody's fingerprints are on this frickin' knife. It was used in an attempted murder the week before. It took this long to bring up the fact that, it's inadmissible. What does it matter if his fingerprints are on it?
I'm glad they're finally bringing it up, but boy, it's not a good sign it took them this long.
Yeah. And then they also argued the amount of blood that was found wasn't enough to cause death, and just finding a hand is not a murder. Basically, they do all the things that we've complained about for that entire last episode. They finally bring up all the things.
And you think that would make me happy, and it kind of does, but I'm also upset that we had to, get to this point for that to actually happen. And it also makes me more angry that, they have the ability to do semi-competent lawyering, and they haven't done it up to this point.
Truly awful.
If you have this, I'm talking to the writers of the show here. If you have the ability to write lawyers that are semi-competent and you have them to this point, that means it was a choice.
Yeah, to be fair, this is the first time we have seen Gwan-woo really in action. We saw him briefly in another case, but this is the first time we've seen him do his thing. And he did win his case with Joon Gook. So, he might actually just be a good lawyer, and maybe the rest of them suck.
Are just idiots. Okay, you know what? I believe that's my new theory I'm accepting, is Gwan-woo's the only competent lawyer in the entire country. Probably.
Yeah, it's possible. And meanwhile, back at that Market Country fruit stand, the paralegal assistant is charming the owner and is like, so, what was it like meeting Soo Ha? I hear that she's very pretty and glamorous. And the woman agrees, and he's like, yeah, that's weird that you're agreeing to that because she's a guy. So, what are you even talking about right now? And she's absolutely convinced he's there for her reward, he's going to take back the reward money. And he insists he just wants to know the details of why she called in the report. He's like, dude, I don't want your money. I just need to know, why did you call in a report on a person you never met? Because
they were instructed to by
somebody, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Closing arguments are happening in court, and
frankly,
we're blazing through this.
Wow. There's the investigation.
Justice is swift in Korea.
I can't argue that it is efficient.
So, like I said, almost all of the evidence I feel like has been overturned pretty much from the get-go, which we discussed last time. Immediately the evidence was just very flimsy, but the scene is written and acting like the prosecution's really close and they might win. And I was like, I feel like that's not true. If I were a juror, I'd be like, this case is so flimsy.
It's like a paper cutout. There's nothing there.
Prosecution does a whole speech about how a guilty man was let go in the trial last year due to not putting all the pieces together, meaning Joon Gook. But they have all the pieces now to not let a guilty man walk free.
Wait. So they're saying the fact that we bungled the Joon Gook case means you gotta do this one for us.
Yes. That's exactly what the speech is.
That's a bad prosecutor. Like, hey guys, I know we suck as prosecutors and we totally couldn't prove a very clear-cut case of Joon Gook being a real murderer. And that's on us. But now you guys super trust us because we screwed up that last one. You gotta give us a win here.
Yeah, we have all the pieces now for this case. We just didn't have all the pieces then. Not that we knew that.
Oh man, these are the dumbest prosecutors alive.
Yeah, well, that's how they rested. And then Hye Seong goes up to do her closing, admitting to the jurors that that the case that's being referenced by the prosecutor is her own mother that was murdered. And she tells them that to get him off, obviously, for empathy, Sam.
Objection, relevance.
And she admits that during the case, she thought reasonable doubt was like this insane idea. She was so angry about everything that she absolutely hated it. But she found out during this current case why reasonable doubt is needed, and that she's desperately using that same rule to defend someone now. So she says there's two ways that the whole thing could have gone down. Either he murdered him or Joon Gook staged his own death and framed Soo Ha. And if there's even a sense of reasonable doubt, they have to give the benefit to the defendant, as that's the entire premise of the law system. You can't return
now
time
they talk about
to
actual
someone.
Law.
Yeah, if they judge them incorrectly, and that's why the rule's needed. So she basically has learned her lesson on what law is.
Good, finally, after years of being a lawyer. Also, I just wanted to point out that if Joon Gook is trying to frame Soo Ha, he's done a terrible job. Like, this is the laziest frame ever. Like, let me cut off my hand, and that's good enough. Like, come on, dude, plant more evidence. Do better.
He also left the knife and some blood behind. But look at how he does
like
all of his murders, Sam.
He is super lazy as an assassin.
He just hits him with a car and, hopes for the best.
This dude sucks. I don't know why the government is hiring him to be their assassin du jour. Maybe this is a lowest bidder contract thing. Like, after all these no-bid contracts, I can imagine, okay, we gotta get back on track, doing a proper lowest bidder for the government assassin position.
In this scenario, do you think he keeps getting paid to, hit all these people, or do you think he's gone rogue?
So I think he was definitely paid to kill Soo Ha's dad. That's obvious. Mm-hmm. I also think he was paid to kill Hye Seong's mother, as she was part of that experiment to create the world's worst lawyer.
That's right.
That whole government program. Right, yeah, exactly. So those are the two that is real. Soo Ha is the loose end, and now the government's like, well, we can't kill him because that's too suspicious, and he's psychic, so he might find us out. So we gotta discredit him so no one will ever believe anything he says.
Okay. And then he's just going after Hye Seong
that's
because she put him in jail, so it's like a personal
that's just
vendetta.
petty revenge. He's gone rogue on that one. He's
okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I just want to make sure we're on the same page here.
So you got 3 contracts and 1 rogue, so, not a bad ratio.
Yes.
Sure, great. Perfect. Now we're on the same page.
I was reading my notes to see if these were all written weeks ago. And this was the part I was going to tell you, but then I didn't.
Yeah, sure.
So as they're waiting the jury, Hye Seong is approached by Do Yeon out in the hall, asking her how she can face her mother with that closing. And Gwanwoo is on the stairs and overhears her saying it. And saying
what
it
do you
was
mean how she can face her mother? She's not in the courtroom.
No, her mother in heaven or whatever, her.
So, how dare you use your mother's death as a cheap trick to get your client off?
Yes, essentially. How can you let somebody who and the murder and how can you defend this murderer, et cetera, et cetera. So Gwanwoo's on the stairs and overhears Do Yeon say it was the same approach that Gwanwoo had used to get Joon Gook off, and Hye Seong agrees it was, and that she knows now it was what she should have done what he should have done as a lawyer. She agrees that he should have done exactly what he did, like we all argued previously.
That he was just doing his job?
Yes. And Do Yeon says her mother would be so disappointed, and Hye Seong is like, no, she wouldn't. Actually, my mother would say that I'm doing the right thing. This is exactly what I should be doing as a lawyer, and this is what law is all about, and she would be supportive of that.
Do Yeon, you know jack about her mother, so maybe butt out, you jerk.
Yeah, that's exactly what she says. She's like, I think I know my mom best, so bye.
Yeah, good. Hey, I'm glad that Hye Seong is being less of a terrible person in this episode.
Yeah, she's learning her lessons. I told you she might arc. She is, a bit.
A bit. It's a shallow arc, but we'll see.
So Hye Seong goes into the bathroom. She breaks down in tears, asking her mom in the mirror if she really did the right thing. And Gwanwoo
Wait, does your mom actually appear in the mirror? Or is it a ghost mom appears?
Talking to herself in the mirror, metaphorically to her mom. I don't think her mom appears in the mirror at all.
I want to be like her mother appears and goes, I forgive you, but also you're a terrible lawyer. Get better.
None of that happened. But Gwanwoo is outside of the bathroom, and he can hear her sobbing in there, and he starts to cry as well.
Okay.
Later, Gwanwoo and Soo Ha are awaiting the verdict. They're like in a room just sitting there, and Soo Ha thanks him for being such a good lawyer. And Gwan-woo is like, you may not know it, but I'm actually indebted to you and Hye Seong for some really crappy stuff I did earlier. So this is kind of, my way of making that up to both of you.
What crap is the crappy stuff? Getting Joon Gook acquitted? Because again, that's on the prosecutors more than just him.
No, I think it's more that he had that conversation with Hye Seong about how like they should be not upset that like he's turned to like Joon Gook's become a better man and is like turned a corner and they should forgive him.
For trying to give them bad advice.
Yeah, and he said that. I'm pretty sure he said that in front of Soo Ha and everything. Like, you had a whole conversation with Hye Seong in front of Soo Ha.
All right, that makes sense. For saying terrible things to them, he does actually owe them. That is true.
Yeah. So court resumes, and the judge announces that the jury is split 5-4, and he gives a long speech, but we can drum roll.
Not guilty.
Yeah, due to literally all of the evidence being refuted, he's innocent.
But also, you only need unanimity for convictions, right? Or do they have hung juries in Korean justice system? I don't know
how it works. It makes it the way, at least the subtitles, the way it made it sound was like 5-4, so the judge gets to make the call. And I'm like, it's not a hung jury. Like, I feel like it's not.
I mean, I don't know how it works in Korea. Or in this movie, or TV show, sorry, which is some fantasy world. But I'm pretty sure if you have a hung jury, it's a mistrial.
Yeah, well, it was 5-4, so regardless, it's not like, I mean, everybody voted, and there were, I assume, 5 people who thought he was innocent and 4 that thought he was guilty. I don't know. But
then the judge is like, you know what? My decision, off with his head.
Yeah, but I would also like to know who these 4 people are who thought that, like, after all of that evidence was refuted, that like, no, but I think he might be a murderer.
I mean, that's the most realistic part of the show so far. There's always people in juries are like, or in the world, like, I don't really care. The evidence says they're guilty.
Yeah, they have vibes. I think they're guilty.
We didn't see like the whole jury selection process either. I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, no, it didn't get into that. There are other shows that do, but this is definitely not one of them. So Do Yeon seems kind of disappointed, which feels a little unrealistic. I could see her being upset that she lost a case, but I also think would really not be that worked up that like Joon Gook got murdered and that the kid got away with it. I feel like she'd be like, oh, well, like it happens.
Even if this is what really happened, she'd be like, Joon Gook sucked and, I don't know, Hye Seong's fine. Or, sorry, Soo Ha's fine.
Yeah, they all agree that Joon Gook should have died, so it's not like I don't think she'd be that upset that he got away with it, to be honest.
Hilarious.
So Soo Ha, he's free. He wakes up after having a dream of being hit by the guy whose house he was living in, that little farmhouse he was at. So it's obviously that some of his memories are starting to come back. He gets, like, getting hit by a car that the guy drove, I mean.
Okay, so is this movie positing that his amnesia is like he got hit by the car and the farmer took him in and raised him as his own to nurse him back to health and memory?
Yeah, well, maybe. That's kind of what it's something suggesting, like, for some reason the guy hit him and then he ended up at his house.
Oh, is he another part of the government conspiracy? He was like, okay, yes. Soo Ha, we gotta take him out. It's all a giant web, Danielle. It's a giant web.
It is. So he wakes up and he notices that while he was sleeping, Hye Seong put little reminders all over his fridge, like just to do all these basic tasks,
like
that he needs
notes?
to do now that like little sticky notes. Like basically he needs to do all these things that he's neglected for the year, including like get your GED and like get your life together, like basic sticky notes. But the very last one on the refrigerator says to never call her again.
Murder Joon Gook.
No, it says to never call her again.
Oh, like my answer better. Like a memento thing. So never call her because, like, I'm done with you.
Yeah, this is all I was going to do for you. You need to live your own life now.
You need to stop obsessing over me. It's creepy.
He frowns with that one. Back with Do Yeon and her family, she's filling them in on how she lost the case and how Hye Seong had argued that the case was very similar to Joon Gook's cellmate's old case with the missing left hand. And the dad is
her
clear.
Father, yep.
Yeah, the judge. He's very affected by this and he like walks off looking very upset. And they're like, what's wrong with him?
He's crooked. He's crooked as the day is long.
Probably. But his whole career is about being like a well-known good judge, like that's his whole vibe.
His vibe sucks.
Probably. Back at the jail, the elder lawyer is with the cellmate, and the cellmate tells him very casually that he's getting his sentence suspended, and the guy's like, what are you talking about? Like, what's happening right now? And he said he went to the doctor for some symptoms, and it turns out he's got a brain tumor or something that's going on, and he's not going to live very long, so they're suspending his sentence, and he's going to be allowed to leave.
Good? Oh.
The elder lawyer is very shocked. Obviously, they've become good friends at this point. It's been 26 years. But the jail guy is just like continues on like it's no big deal. And he says he's just glad that his testimony helped Soo Ha so he can avoid living like him, like living in jail like he had to.
Oh, he can avoid the same fate.
Yes. Meanwhile, Soo Ha's out there living his best life. He's like going to pick up a phone and he runs into the kick butt girl, Songbin from earlier, who was the schoolmate who like didn't murder the girl out of the window.
Yeah, didn't murder the wannabe idol.
Yeah. And she's well known for not murdering an idol.
That's her. Literally, is that how everyone's like, oh, you're the not murderer girl?
Yeah. So he runs into her and then the guy that was like his friend from school. So the two of them. And he doesn't recognize the girl, of course, because he's got amnesia. And she's like, it's fine. We'll start over. You used to follow me around saying how much you liked me. She just like goes all in on it.
She's like, opportunity knocks.
I do love that about her.
You know what? She's a hustler. I'll give her that.
Yeah, and the guy friend who has a crush on the girl is like, that is a total lie. Don't listen to her. She's a terrible person. Like, they're always arguing and stuff, but it's obviously that he likes her.
Sure.
He asks them if they have Hye Seong's phone number, but Songbin admits that she was told not to share it, so she can't give it to him. Sorry.
Oh, poor little boy. Your weird obsession has to stop, hopefully.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, he had a weird obsession, but now he doesn't remember that he had a weird obsession, and he just has a journal that seems to suggest that he, like, knew this woman.
Has a weird obsession.
Yeah, so you'd think he'd be like, I kind of do want to know who she is, though, because, like, I don't understand why I was obsessed with this woman. And he's, like, kind of still into her.
Yeah, but, like, respect what she's telling you to do, bro.
He sort of is. Sort of. We'll get there.
Yeah.
So Gwanwoo has apparently moved into an office in the same building as the public defenders. He's decided he's going to like restart his law career. And that makes zero sense to me because why are there offices for rent? And like, what is it an office?
The public defender?
Is it a public defender's office? Is it the courthouse? Like, it's very confusing.
The government also has to rent office space, Danielle.
I guess so. And he wants to reapply to the public defender's office because they're about to have a special hiring, which also makes zero sense because it's been a year. And they have not replaced that role. Yeah. Wouldn't the special hiring have been a year ago? They lost all those. They lost all those public defenders. Remember, they had like a whole mad sweep of them that disappeared.
That's why Joon Gook had to be defended by these clowns.
So they probably are down like 5, 6 public defenders and have had 0 hiring.
12, a million? Who knows? Are they the only public defenders in Korea?
It's a mystery. So the paralegal or aide or whatever gives Gwanwoo the info regarding the woman who called in the tip about Soo Ha, telling him that she didn't even realize it was a man. They thought it was a woman and it seemed very suspicious. And I feel like, again, this probably would have been helpful to know before the case, but here we are.
You would think.
And so Gwanwoo like immediately goes to Do Yeon and like convinces her, like, isn't this super weird? And he like convinces her to be his partner in crime to like figure out what's going on with this.
So they're going on, he's teaming up with the enemy to go investigate this suspicious lead.
Yeah, sadly they don't do any like fun road trip things. They are very separate in their investigation, which I was disappointed
I want to see a road trip movie. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I feel like Gwanwoo and Do Yeon would make a fun little like road trip couple.
They should hook up. Forget, Hye Seong. She's a downer.
It's entirely possible. I don't remember how it ends.
What you say 1,000 times an episode.
Well, it's true though. I started watching these episodes. I told you this was about where I left off last time. And I watched these full episodes. I didn't like skim through them like I sometimes do when I'm making notes and I get to a part that's not important. Because I was like, what does happen? And he's like, I don't remember anything. I watched all the scenes. It was entertaining.
Good. I'm glad you're having fun.
So meanwhile, Soo Ha is working through all the reminders that Hye Seong wrote him in like a little montage. So he's studying for his college entrance exams, he's getting his life together, etc., etc. He gets his journal back from his friend and he starts reading the entries, which gives him little flashbacks to his life. So he's like kind of half remembering some of his stuff.
Yeah.
And then back at the office, Hye Seong's trying to avoid Gwanwoo because he said after the case, when he won it, he would ask her out again if he got a not guilty verdict, hoping it would kind of wipe the slate clean a little bit. And she doesn't succeed in avoiding him at all, but she does decline him, but we don't get to see why. It like cuts away just as he's like, but why? And then we don't get to know. It's a mystery.
Well, we'll find out, I'm sure.
Yeah, give it another few scenes. Meanwhile, Soo Ha is wandering the streets looking for the attorney's office, which I feel like it can't be that hard to find. Like, she's a public defender. You can't find the you can't call and say, hey, I need to go to the public defender's office. Where are they located?
That's not great.
Like,
she's not a detective, Danielle.
He's just wandering, and he's like just asking people on the streets. Like, he kind of knows that maybe he's in the right place. He's like, excuse me, do you know where Hye Seong's office building is? Excuse me. And like just asking random people.
Who's Hye Seong asking random people? Crazy.
Not Hye Seong, Soo Ha.
Yeah, but asking, like, do you know who Hye Seong is like, who would know that?
Well, he's hoping that he's going to get a lawyer, apparently. But luckily, somebody does know it, because he runs he runs into the elder lawyer and the paralegal, and they're like, oh yeah, she's in our office. Let's go. We'll take you there.
No! Oh, bad.
So they walk in, and she's hiding under the desk, and she, like, silently begs the paralegal to send him away, which he catches on to, and he's like, oh, so sorry, you know, she's actually not here, her case got moved, you're gonna have to go. And then she, like, there's a couple of scenes where she's trying to, like, actively avoid him in increasingly insane ways.
Cartoonish, you might say.
Yeah, one or two of those. And then Do Yeon, in her little investigation, she decides to go out and meet the woman who reported Soo Ha. And she is more successful than the paralegal, so she gets her to talk a little bit. And the fruit lady admits that someone told her that she could make money if she reported Soo Ha. And Do Yeon shows her photos of people, including Joon Gook, to see if she'll, like, pick him out of a lineup, essentially. And she's very clearly lying, but she's like, nope, not in those pictures, don't see the guy, sorry. And the camera pans back, and you see a one-handed Joon Gook in a truck watching, just hanging out, I guess. I don't know why he's there.
More obvious?
In case someone randomly comes by. Like, I don't know why he's just sitting there watching the street.
Why doesn't Joon Gook just get out of Dodge here? Like, why is he still hanging around?
Mysteries for days. Like, leave. Go somewhere else. Go to not Korea. Like, just leave.
Go to the Bahamas. Live your best life as a retired government assassin.
Yeah, it's a real mystery. So Soo Ha finally does end up encountering Hye Seong outside of the offices, and she traps herself in the rotating doors, which is kind of funny, because that's like her whole thing.
That again. Yep, it's her thing. It's her, like, defense mechanism, like a turtle. She has to pour herself into the glass doors.
Yeah, so trying to avoid him obviously doesn't work very well. He just stands in the other section and, like, yells at her through the glass.
It's glass. It's not soundproof.
And she finally agrees to talk to him. And he asks, they go out for coffee, and he asks her why he can't contact her and if he really hates her like she said. And she says he did, and she hated him too. And he's like, well, why did you work so... Go ahead.
I'm just like, that just sounds like a really flimsy lie.
Yeah. He's like, why did you work so hard on my case if you don't like me? And she's like, oh, it was for Joon Gook. You're like, you know our history there. So, like, I was working hard because of that, not for you. And she tries to leave, and he grabs her hand, and he's like, I'm so sorry for anything I did, but I feel like I've lost all the connection to the world that I know. Like, you are the only person I know in this world, so I'm, like, feeling very drifty. And if she could just stay with him or, like, keep in contact with him, he'd really appreciate it. And then her phone rings, and it's Gwanwoo, and Gwanwoo is standing outside the coffee shop where they are, and she picks up, and he's like, hey, it looks like you're in a tight spot. If you just want to pretend like you're going to the movies with me, you can come out, and we can, like, leave. I'll take you away from him. And she does, and Soo Ha runs after them dramatically, but doesn't make it in time. They get into a taxi and they drive away. He's like, no, come back!
I promise I'm not gonna stalk you anymore. I'm gonna stalk. He's gonna stalk them.
He's gonna stalk her.
100%.
So she is still somehow living in the same apartment as, because Gwanwoo drops her off there.
Why? Is she still there?
I mean,
After
she's made
the
it this far.
Come on.
And she knows or thinks that Joon Gook is still alive, so, like, it will be coming after her, I imagine. So I don't know what her thought process is.
Crazy. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, so stupid. It starts to rain. She goes inside her apartment, and it starts to rain. And Gwanwoo, you see him waiting for a bus, and then Hye Seong walks out of her apartment and calls a taxi, leaves her house, and he's, like, watching her curiously. And we get a flashback to their conversation earlier, where he asks why they can't date. And we see her admitting that she knows it's ridiculous, but she thinks she likes Soo Ha. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, boy. I mean, I guess they deserve each other. They're both not very good at what they do, so fine.
I genuinely couldn't remember if I still don't know. Does she end up with Soo Ha? I don't know, but I could not remember if she actually ever got together with Soo Ha in any way, shape, or form.
That's, the choices were made.
The scene cuts back to her getting out of the taxi, and she finds Soo Ha. He's like sitting in the rain in front of the shop still, just sad and depressed, because that's what people do, I guess. Sit in the rain when they're mad.
I mean, Danielle, when it's raining, don't you feel like I need to get myself angry or sad so I can enjoy this rain?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the rain whether or not I'm sad, so I don't need to be sad to fully embrace the torrential downpour. But it is very apropos, I guess, if you're feeling depressed, to go stand in the rain.
Yeah, it's a waste of rain if you're not. I mean, what else is rain good for, Danielle? Crops? No, it's for dramatically being saddened.
Only that.
Only that!
So anyway, she takes him back to the apartment and tells him he can stay until he regains his memories, but after that he needs to leave her alone, like takes him back to her apartment. And she reminds him that he still has the appeal to a higher court coming up, and she can't be his lawyer since it's outside her district, so he needs to regain his memories, because whatever lawyer he gets, he's going to need more than just... She's not sure he's going to win on appeal, why? It's the exact same evidence.
Why are they appealing it even? Come on. I guess the jury wasn't, but you only get, all right, pardon me for a moment, Danielle. But my understanding is, this is me putting my fake lawyer hat on. Don't take what I'm saying as real lawyer words. But my understanding is, you can only appeal if there's a defect in the case. Like, you're trying to say, hey, something wasn't done right. You can't just appeal if you don't like the outcome. You have to say, like, hey, this was handled improperly. Like, the jury wasn't explaining things correctly, or evidence was admitted that shouldn't have been admitted, or some other. You can't just say, I don't like what happened, let's do a do-over. Like, that's not how appeals work.
I don't know the rules on appeals. I know there's usually a certain amount of them.
Yeah, but that's my understanding. I'm sure there is nuance that I am completely missing as not a lawyer. Yeah, so lawyers, Reddit, tell me if we're wrong, because I'd love to know if we can just keep appealing forever.
Well, maybe they can. It sounds like they get like one appeal. So I guess this is the appeal.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it was insinuated. I don't know that for any kind of truth.
I had no idea.
So she reminds him that the case is coming up. He needs to regain his memories, and then he immediately falls asleep on her couch because he's been unable to sleep the last few days, weeks, months. I don't know how many time has no meaning since the trial, and so he clearly feels comfortable there and immediately falls asleep.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, isn't that nice? This episode, these few episodes that I go through are really trying hard to pull these two people together.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. Sorry.
The next day, he decides to piece together his memories using Post-it notes. So he writes down everything he can think of and then puts them in an order.
Memento. It's both of those are tattoos, which honestly, probably an easier system to manage. Tattoos are just a lot of work.
Yeah, Post-it notes, they're great. And they're the little, tooth-shaped ones, because she, earlier, if you don't remember the very first episode, she's, kind of stingy with her money, so she's, out there, stealing everybody's Post-it notes and free stuff to take home to her apartment.
So she's still, tooth-shaped one from a dentist or something?
Yeah, she's, a whole basket full of them in her house.
Crazy. Love it. That's the one part of her that I appreciate, is her creative frugality? Frugality? Here we go. I was like, not fragility. I was like, fragility? No. English, man.
It's hard.
I don't know. We deal with it.
So she goes the next day, or whatever day, she goes to Gwanwoo, and she decides that she's going to ask him to be Soo Ha's lawyer. She, talks herself out of it multiple times, because she's like, no, that's really mean. I turned him down, and now I'm asking him to be Soo Ha's lawyer after I had told him that I liked Soo Ha. I can't be...
Oh, for the appeal, right.
Yeah, she's I can't be that
don't believe
brazen.
That's happening.
Yeah, she's she goes back and forth on it, but she decides she's going to do it. So she walks up to his office door and then talks herself out of it again, and she starts to leave.
Guess who's inside there with him?
Joon Gook.
Well, I was going to say Do Yeon.
And they're making out. The end.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, oh, I never.
No, that's not what's happening. Actually, she gets a picture on her cell phone of her standing at his door, which was pretty funny. And then he's like, hey, I see you. What do you
what do you want? You're not slick.
And he catches on very quickly. He's like, you're here to ask me to be Soo Ha's lawyer. And she's like, no, I totally wasn't going to do that. And he's like, it's fine, I'll do it. But he looks very sad when he says he'll do it.
Aww.
I know. Meanwhile, back at the jail, the elder lawyer walks his friend out the doors to his freedom. Yay, freedom! He finally made it out with his brain tumor.
Oh, good. Just in time.
He drives the jail friend. I wish I knew this guy's name. I don't. He drives
the jail friend.
To his new place, and he says so the jail friend's like, I have no regrets if I could just meet my daughter before I die. Like, that's the only thing I want to do. Everything else, like, I'm good with. I know. So sad. Back at the fruit cart,
I'm
Do Yeon,
way more invested in Jail Friend than I am in Soo Ha and Hye Seong's relationship.
Totally fair. He's also a really well-known Korean actor, so he pulls it off.
All right.
So the back of the fruit cart, Do Yeon is still there. I guess she lives there now. I don't know how long it's been. Has she gone back multiple times? Is she
just
still
sleeps
there?
under the cart. She's like, I'm not leaving till I get answers. So like pitches a tent.
I didn't pay attention to whether or not she's wearing the same clothes, so like, she could just have been there for the last 4 days.
Let's hope so, because that's funnier.
She's still showing her photos, telling her that she'll just keep showing like more and more photos until they figure out who it was. And then she asks the woman, like, to...
Why does the woman just tell her, I'm not going to tell you, and ask her to leave? Like,
just because she's pretending like she doesn't. Like, nope, that's not him. Like, she's already committed the lie and now is like trying to stick to it. She's not saying, oh, no, I won't tell you. She's like, oh, I can't. She's a terrible liar. And, like, her face is very, like, clearly she's lying. Like, everybody knows she's lying. As long as we're
clear about how bad a liar she is.
Yeah, I think that Do Yeon knows that and is, like, just trying to trip her up. So she asks the woman, she's like, so the guy that you met with, like, what were his hands like? And
were they big and sexy?
She just says, what were the hands like? And the woman goes, his hands were intact. And obviously that's a very weird thing to say. And Do Yeon's like,
wait.
Okay.
Like, why would you, why are these people so, why do you lead with, well, he definitely had both his hands. That's for sure.
I cut it out, but I'll tell you now because it's very funny. She goes back to her office and then she's like talking to all of her coworkers and she doesn't like give them any context. She's just like, hey, describe, this other coworker's hands. And they're like, oh, they're long, thin fingers, whatever, like describing them. And she's like, yeah, people don't say intact, right? Like, that's not a thing.
But also, like, why is that the first thing you say?
Because you know that the guy has one hand. So you're like, no, he's got both hands.
But the point is, anyone who's not an idiot, when, like, the first thing you say about somebody is you don't talk about their hands, like, and how many of them there are, unless there's something notable about them.
She's a bad liar. We have we did well establish this woman is
She's
insane.
trying to get caught.
She's really terrible at this. And also, like, otherwise, how would you get to this point? You had to have definitive proof.
That's very bad. This is so bad.
It was pretty funny. The next day, Soo Ha meets up with Kwon-woo and tells him about his memories that he has had so far, including being hit by the truck. So Kwon-woo's like, okay, I'll look into that, see if I can figure something out. And he tells Kwon-woo that he wants to pay him, that they need to take Hye Seong out of the equation so that she's not burdened by Kwon-woo wanting to help. And Kwon-woo tells him that he's like, listen, like, you're a burden to her as well. Like, you can't just wear a suit because he's in a nice little suit. He's like, you just can't wear a suit and offer money and pretend to be an adult. You're just a high school dropout who is up on murder charges and Hye Seong's taking care of you. Like, you are a child. Like,
you're a baby.
He's like, if you want to be an adult, you need to act like an adult and not burden Hye Seong after you regain your memories. Like, nobody's questioning, like, you're allowed to be where you are now, but like, if you want to be an adult, be an adult. Don't pretend like you are one.
Thank you.
Yeah. Soo Ha leaves angrily, and Kwon-woo is like chastising himself. He's like, oh, I'm kind of playing dirty. Like, I know that she likes him. Like, I don't know if that was the right thing to do, but, it's not the wrong thing to do necessarily.
Absolutely.
So Kwon-woo calls his friend at the police department to ask about the car accident reports around the time that Soo Ha was hit, and realizes that the man who was letting him stay at his house was the one who hit him. Tracks the license plate and stuff.
Sure.
So that night, Hye Seong is talking to like the elder lawyers are leaving the office, and she was like trying to figure out, she doesn't want to go home because she's kind of trying to avoid Soo Ha, and they see that there's a little food stand that's set up near work, and she's like, come on, let's go like get drinks and stuff. And they get there, and some of the other office people, other workers are there, including Do Yeon. And she's like, oh, whatever, fine. So she like sits down at the table. So it's this little group of lawyers. The judge is the weird wonky judge that's like always causing mischief is there. The elder lawyer, her, and Do Yeon.
Sure.
And she ends up telling them this. They get drunk, of course, and she ends up telling them the story about having to go to the court and talk about Joon Gook, and she was the one that put him into jail. So she's like telling them that whole story drunkenly. And it comes out to the other lawyers that the two of them are like, that's their history. That's why they don't like each other. That they realize that Do Yeon's the other girl that like didn't go into the courthouse.
They figure it out.
Yeah, so now it's like public knowledge, at least among these people, about like their whole history and why they hate each other now, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I'm glad that they figured it out. But, I mean, what are they going to do with it?
Yeah. And so we see a flashback of Hye Seong, and you might remember during the court case, she like comes in and she's like, I took a picture of of Joon Gook like hitting the guy, you know. And she meets Do Yeon's father out in the hall later, which is the judge where her mom, the house where her mom worked. And he has her phone in his hand and he like hands it back to her. And she's like, did you see the picture? And he's like, you didn't catch anything on your phone. Like, there's not actually a picture of Joon. This is after the trials already happened. Joon Gook's gone to jail. And the judge is like, you didn't actually catch anything on your phone. And it's unclear if she knows that, but she basically like, so I lied. Like, I lied in court. And he's like, I don't consider that a lie because, like, what you did, you needed to do because that guy needed to go to jail. So it was the right kind of lie. It's fine. Basically, it's fine to lie on the stand. The judge tells her this.
Yeah, what? Like, these people are terrible at their jobs.
Yeah. And she tells him, she's like, I don't know if you know this, but Do Yeon also saw the crime. She just didn't come forward. And she's lying now. She's like pretending like this never happened, just like she lied about her eye. Like, I wasn't the person who hurt her eye, and she lied about that as well. And he's surprised that Do Yeon witnessed the crime and didn't come forward, I think because he thought better of his daughter. But
yeah,
says that he specifically is like, yeah, but I knew about the eye. And he doesn't consider what she did lying either, because he says it's like firing a blank shot to make sure it takes down the right person, essentially. And I don't know why he has it out for the housekeeper's daughter.
Yeah, like, I mean, I get when they were kids and maybe Hye Seong could have damaged his daughter's reputation or whatever. He was going to do some terrible things to protect that, but also, like, now that's no longer relevant. So,
and it's assuming
he's also learned.
You might remember the whole thing that started this was because Do Yeon cheated on a test, and she knew about it. Hye Seong knew about it, and so Do Yeon
was afraid she was going to spill the beans.
But did her dad know that? Her dad I would assume, has zero contact.
No. I'm assuming her dad thought that, like, if Do Yeon was the one who got in trouble for shooting the thing in the eye.
No, but Do Yeon was the one that got attacked. Like, some other girl in the group was like, oh no, she's like, Hye Seong was the one who shot the firework in her eye. And Hye Seong like, no, I didn't.
Lied about it. So if Do Yeon was proven to be lying, maybe that, I don't know, that doesn't make any sense to me, but.
Yeah, I guess you could argue that he just wanted to back up Do Yeon, but that's not what he says. He says that it makes it sound like it was like he approved that his daughter had lied about it because it took down the right person. And I was like, what do you have against your housekeeper's daughter? Like, I don't understand. She, as far as you know, like, had nothing against your daughter. Doesn't make any sense. It's completely irrational, the interaction. But the point is, he knew about all this.
What? I don't understand any of these people.
Yeah. So Do Yeon, like I said, she drunkenly admits that she was the other girl at the table, and it's really weighed on her the last 11 years too. And she hated her so much because Hye Seong had seen her during like a really embarrassing moment, and she felt like she was being judged for something that she didn't normally do, and she like couldn't stand that. So she changed her whole life. Like, she worked really hard. She became a prosecutor because she wanted to prove to herself and Hye Seong and her dad that she was a different person now. Like, she wasn't that same kid that cheated and lied.
Well, we'll see about that.
The elder lawyer remarks that they have such an interesting fate and how curious it is that they, were to meet like this after such a long time. One is a prosecutor, one is a defender. And then we see a scene overlapping of his friend from the jail at the hospital, assumedly getting treatment or something for his brain tumor. And he comes out of his room and almost bumps into a woman that has one hand. And she drops a vase that she's holding, and they stare at each other.
Oh no, the one-handed... This is like The Fugitive, basically.
Great movie.
Anyway, continue. They found the one-handed man. Good job, detective. You bumped into them randomly.
The next morning, Soo Ha stops Hye Seong from leaving work after she tries to skip out on breakfast and like seeing him and is obviously actively avoiding him. And he specifically tells her like, hey, stop avoiding me. I promise that as soon as I like get my not guilty on appeal, I'll go to college, I'll get a job, I'll hang out with my friends, I'll do all the things I'm supposed to do. And you don't need to avoid me. You don't need to skip meals. You don't need to hate me. I'll do my best to not be a burden. Like you just please like stop skipping meals, stop avoiding me, and I will do what I need to do. Meanwhile, back at the fruit stand, the owner has been called in as a witness.
Of course he has.
She's sitting at the table, like in front of the fruit stand, and she's chilling with Joon Gook, who, I don't know, guess she knows. And she's like, don't worry, I won't let them know about you at all. And they're like drinking and eating fruit. And he has some flashbacks to Hye Seong's mom because the fruit stand owner, like hands him a bag of peaches to take with him. Because I don't know, I guess old ladies really like him. And
why?
He has to and he has flashbacks to when Hye Seong's mom like gave him a bunch of food for his birthday and everything, and they're both being like super nice to him. And she asks what he's thinking about, and he's like, well, I'm not sure if I should just stop now, like just stop the path that I'm on and like take a different path, or if I should continue to the end of this path that I'm on. And she's like, are you talking about a trip? Like, are you on some kind of road trip or something?
Oh, yeah, very subtle.
Because in which case you should complete it. Like, you should always finish your trips. And he's like, right, I also feel like maybe I should finish my trips. And I assume that she's dead now. I mean, like, she talked him into her own murder. Like, it's clear that, like, he's not going to let her go be called in as a witness. Come on now.
Also, why is Joon Gook second-guessing himself? Like, dude, you've already gone this far down this road. It's not like turning around now is going to change anything.
I don't know. Every time he's murdered somebody, you see him having this moment where he's like, should I murder the Hye Seong's mom? Or should I, like,
yes.
Take a new path?
If at any point he was going to run away to the Bahamas or whatever, it was after he faked his own death. That was the time to do it.
Yes.
He missed the window, buddy. You're done.
He's just obsessed with Hye Seong now, I guess.
I mean, so is Soo Ha. I guess she's very obsessible.
I'm not sure why she's so obsessible because, like, I don't love her as a character, but, yep. I'm glad they do.
I would be avoiding her like the plague. Apparently, terrible things tend to follow her around, and she's bad at her job, and it's kind of a drag.
Yeah, it's a real bummer. But anyway, so he's decided he's going to continue down this path. He is almost certainly going to kill this woman. Sometime later, Gwan-woo has made it to the guy's country house where Soo Ha had been staying. And he finds the truck that had hit him. It's like repainted. He scratches it and he's like, oh, it is a blue truck. Like, this is it. And he talks to the guy. They repainted the truck.
What, to hide his crimes?
Yeah, because he, like, was in this accident and he hit a person and assumedly didn't tell anybody he hit a person. Like, he had reported it as, like, he hit an object or an animal or something. I forget what he told the cops.
Well, if you already told them he hit something, but why did you...
Okay, this is the thing I don't understand. Like, you see him hit this guy in the middle of the night. It's, like, on a damn road, and they seem to be alone on this road. So he hits this guy, and then somehow there's a police report about it, which makes zero sense to me, because, like, why would you even report it? Like, did somebody else see it?
Cover it up. Why he just covered it up? Yeah, like if he was going to lie about it, why report it?
Yeah, it's a real mystery. So like, I don't know how it got reported, but he said that he hit like something or an animal or something. He's like did not say it was a human. So whatever. So maybe somebody else reported it.
But then why did he paint the truck if it doesn't matter? I don't care.
I think he was just trying, like, it was a blue truck and now it's a white truck. I don't know. Or maybe it just got painted in the intervening year, Sam. I don't know. How
often do you repaint your car, Danielle?
0% of the time, but I don't have a farm truck.
Okay, fair enough. How many farm trucks do you see with a fresh coat of paint?
Not many. They're farm trucks.
Yeah, I think my point stands.
So he goes to talk to the guy. And he's pretending like Soo Ha got his memory back about the accident. Like, he's like, I know you hit the guy. Yeah, I know you hit Soo Ha. Like, gotta tell me what's happening so you're not in trouble. So the man tells him
was he paid by Joon Gook? He's like, okay, you're gonna hit this guy. But he also failed to kill him, just like Joon Gook failed to kill Soo Ha's father in the car accident. His cars are not reliable. No, let me finish. I'm going somewhere. I know I'm wrong, but I'm going there.
Not a reliable murder method.
And now he's like, well, I had to cover it up from Joon Gook so I can pretend to take care of this guy, make sure he doesn't regain his memory.
No, I think it's weirder than that, to be honest.
Great. Let's hear it.
It's close to that, but I think it's weirder.
Okay, all right. I just want to get it out there. I know it's wrong, but I had to finish the thought.
You're close. So the man says he'd planned to report it, but some guy told him not to. And since the kid's memory was gone anyway, he figured, like, no harm, no foul. I'll just, like, keep him here and keep him safe. And so I need to know the conversation that happened. Like, why was Joon Gook there? We don't know that yet.
Yep. Good question. Very good question.
Yeah. So, like, why was Joon Gook there? What? Like, and then Joon Gook didn't just, like, murder Soo Ha? Like, just kill both of them at this point. What does it matter? Or be like, oh, that's my friend, also, I'll take him, and then murder him. Like, get rid of Soo Ha.
The farmer guy's logic that, well, he doesn't have his memory, so if nobody knows he's missing, or that's fine. Like, maybe the police could help him find his family or get him help for his amnesia or any other thing like that.
That's the second half of it. So, like, one thing is Joon Gook's like, I guess I'll just let Soo Ha live, even though he's the only person that knows that I'm alive because he's lost his memory, and I'm sure he'll never get that back. And I'll just let him live with this random farm guy. And then the random farm guy is like, oh, I guess I'll just keep this kid here at my house because that's less suspicious than letting him, I don't know, wander off or take him to a hospital or just say, hey, this kid literally ran in front of my car in the middle of the night.
Hey, Joon Gook, you want a better plan? Here's a better plan. Whenever you come across this farmer who hit this guy, you'd be like, oh my gosh, that's my friend, Soo Ha. You can check his ID. It has his name on there. I'll take care of him. I'm just going to take him back to a hospital and get him some help. And then you murder him. Like, the farmer doesn't have to be involved with it at all. Like, what happened this night where any of this makes sense? Yeah. Where did Joon Gook come out? Like, okay, I don't want to murder Soo Ha, even though I was trying to, but like, okay, I got it, Danielle. This is after Joon Gook already faked his own death, right? He cut off his hand, threw in the water, et cetera, right? Mm-hmm. She's like, well, I can't let that all go to waste. I need to have Soo Ha go to trial and get him convicted for this. So first...
he's addicted to trials. I'm convinced he's addicted to trials.
Yeah, he loves the drama. So he's like, I gotta have this guy take care of Soo Ha for a while, just long enough to make it reasonable that he was missing. Then, at a year in, I'm going to have this other lady tip off the police that he's here so I can watch the trial and get my revenge.
Why? Why
great, Danielle. Great plan. I don't know what the problem is. This plan's perfect.
None of this makes sense. Why?
Danielle, the problem is you're assuming Joon Gook's motivation is to get away with these murders. That's not his motivation.
Clearly it's not. It's clearly not.
No, his motivation is to make Soo Ha and Hye Seong suffer in the most convoluted ways possible.
He is so far so good, to be honest. He's doing great.
He's like Jigsaw from the Saw movies. He's trying to make these people suffer in really elaborate ways.
To be fair, it's working. Like, this is an absolute nonsense way to make these people miserable.
And it's a genius. It is only a mad genius would think of this, Danielle. It's a perfect plan.
This plot is so crazy.
I was pretty down on Joon Gook for being an idiot murderer, but now I'm like, oh, I see the master plan and I'm on board. Like, I see the beauty. Like, once you get to it's like those South American, Central American structures that look like nothing, like lines, when you get into an aerial view that look like animals or people. Uh-huh. So
that's what we are. We're getting to the aerial view. You could start to see. Yeah,
get a 1,000-foot view of his plan. I'm like, it looked like, or like pointillism. Like, you're up close, it looks like nothing but dots. And you get like, oh, I see the plan. It makes sense.
Yeah, this is a great plan. He is rocking this plan.
He's rocking something.
So, meanwhile, the police get a call about the fruit woman. She's been found dead. It's a DUI where a CCTV miraculously went out an hour before the death. Oh, no!
CCTVs, they're so unreliable. I don't even know why we use them.
It's a real mystery.
Real mystery here.
Back at the apartment, Soo Ha, having noticed, so Hye Seong comes home drunk. Soo Ha puts her to bed, and he notices as he's doing that she's got a scar on her abdomen. And Hye Seong's,
it was a C-section. I'm her son.
He sees, and then later he's putting on a shirt, and he sees his own scar, his cut across his back, his shoulder, and he's like, "Those look really similar." I got it, Danielle. They were in a murder-suicide pact, and he's like, "I guess we both failed." Yes, that's exactly what's happening. But he has no idea. He's like, "That's super strange. They look kind of similar to each other." And suddenly, of course, he has this huge flashback to the stabbing in the parking garage, and he's he is absolutely wrecked, that he's remembering that he stabbed her, like he is the source of that scar. And then in a wash of everything, he remembers like all of his memories. Yeah.
It all comes back, Danielle, just as we knew it would when Joon Gook set this elaborate plan. He's like, he'll remember at the worst possible time when he's feeling his lowest.
Yes. And I'm assuming this also brings back his latent telepathic powers, because why not?
Oh, I forgot those existed, because they were relevant.
Yeah, and I don't know, amnesia, I guess, makes you stop hearing voices. Real mystery.
We talked about it. He forgot his psychic powers, so he's hearing voices, but he assumes it's like his normal head voices.
He just forgot.
He's like, oh, those are just normal voices everyone hears, right?
So he runs outside.
I want to bet. Wait. Before we get to that, I was going to say, I really hope his psychic powers play no role in the rest of this series. Like, he has them, but like, they're not important. They don't help him solve any problems. They're not really relevant. They just exist and it doesn't matter.
You'll find out shortly.
I hope so.
So he runs outside, which feels exceedingly dangerous because he's having like huge flashbacks and he's like clutching his head and he's crying and it just like...
Is it raining?
I don't know.
Tell me it's raining.
No, it's not. It's nice and sunny out. I know.
No, why run outside?
So he starts to see the night of the supposed murder of Joon Gook, and Joon Gook is crying and asking him if he thought Soo Ha's father was a good man because, like he killed him, Soo Ha's father killed his wife.
Oh. Sure? What? So he's asking Soo Ha if he thinks his father's a good man because his father killed Joon Gook's wife.
Yes.
Is this going to be something stupid like Soo Ha's father was a surgeon and couldn't save his wife or whatever, or had like some kind of medical thing that happened and his wife died and he blames the doctor?
I have zero ideas. I don't remember.
Okay.
I do not remember what happened to his wife. You're going to find out with me, Sam.
I'm hoping, I don't buy this cover story for his government assassin job.
It's quite possible. You can believe that till the end. I don't care.
I'm going to. Nothing you can say ever convince me otherwise.
In the memory, Soo Ha also doesn't believe him, so you're in the same boat. He's like,
He's
liar!
a good man.
And Joon Gook says, almost a direct quote, with your father's clever tongue, he killed my wife. I don't know what that means.
Whoa, buddy. Whoa.
I really liked it, so I wrote it down.
This is a family show, Danielle. Come on.
I was like, ooh, okay.
That could go so many ways. I am intrigued.
I don't think the end result's not going to be as interesting as I think it is.
No, of course not. Probably something like he was the lawyer. Because probably another person involved in another terrible lawyer probably said something or did something, or a politician or whatever.
Yeah, who knows?
Who like ended the program or a recovery program or something. Who knows? The point is, I like it better that he like... He's
a tongue murderer?
I'm going to say that she had a heart attack from too much tongue action. Let's leave it at that.
I'm assuming that's what happened. Maybe they're having an affair.
100%. Having an affair, and she got a little too excited, and his tongue was a little too clever, and things happened.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my eyebrows rose when I read that. I was like, I don't think that means what I think it means.
Let's blame the translation, because that's very funny.
Thought you'd enjoy that. So they get into a fight. Correct. Joon Gook puts the knife in his hands, in Soo Ha's hands, and is like, stab me! You're no different than I was 11 years ago. Why does he keep doing
that? Why is he such a drama queen?
He is obsessed with the idea of these kids, of Hye Seong and Soo Ha, like, being as bad as he is. Like, he just really wants to not be the only murderer in town.
And here's the crazy part, Danielle. They're already terrible in their own ways. Like, Hye Seong is an awful lawyer who sucks, and already he'd be like, I'm already better than that. And Soo Ha is a little creep, so, you know.
So, like, it looks like he might do it for a moment, but then Soo Ha tells him, I'll never live my life like you, and he drops the knife to the ground.
No, take it with you. Don't let him you suck at this.
1,000% always. He never takes the knife with him.
Never leave the weapon with a person who's capable of murdering you.
Yeah. So he runs off and leaves Joon Gook behind, calling after him, and then, of course, is abruptly hit by that truck. So
that's how Joon Gook saw it happen. And instead of saying, hey, that's my friend, let me take him to the hospital, and then stabby, he's like, let's let my elaborate charade play out.
He's like, wait, I've got a better plan. So
he is so in love with over elaborate evil plans. I kind of love it. I think he should be like, he's like a character from like Austin Powers or something, like one of those satires of an evil villain or something, supervillain.
Yeah. I can't fathom why he would set up this whole thing and then a year later be like, I'm gonna get this fruit stand lady to like turn him in. Okay.
And then murder her. But I gotta say, I can't question his, like, I couldn't understand why Bach wrote what he wrote, but I appreciate that he did.
That's true.
You don't appreciate genius, like, from the outside, Danielle. It just doesn't
That's
compute.
true. You're right. I'm sorry. So Soo Ha now, in current time, is running through the streets and is almost hit by a motorcyclist on the sidewalk.
Again, what's with they've been always getting hit by things? And then he runs into the basketball hooligan. Those get hit by the basketball.
Yes. And he suddenly realizes as the motorcyclist is like, the motorcyclist driving on a sidewalk, first of all. He suddenly realizes
Believe me.
he can hear the motorcyclist's thoughts and then everyone around him. And then his nose starts to bleed and then he clutches his head and then he passes out. So, good times.
I like all he did was looking in the eyes. What happened to the eye thing?
He was looking them in the eyes. He was like looking around because he looks at the motorcyclist like they're staring at each other as he's almost hit. And then he like looks around at everybody and he can suddenly hear everybody's
How much
thoughts.
eye contact do you make with strangers on the street, Danielle?
0%, because I find that people don't talk to me if I don't look at them, which love that. Yeah. But like,
my point is,
he seems to make a lot.
That's my point. Like, enough to make his nose bleed, I guess.
I think he's panicked
excessive.
though. Like, he clearly is like not. He's like he's already gripping his head. He's all sweaty. He's running. He's like he's not in.
But also, can we discuss how the amnesia makes his psychic powers go in the fritz? Because that's insane.
Why would that ever happen? Brain injury, I guess.
Yeah, but like maybe they're tied to the same mechanism. That's crazy.
It's suggested he didn't have psychic powers until the car accident, so clearly, like...
Right. Well, I see. I'm going to go along with the, standard superhero origin story. He gets hit by, a chemical vat or a truck or whatever and gains superpowers, sure. But he didn't get, like, amnesia from that, too, so I don't think this, like, you'd think if the first head injury gave him the psychic powers, and the second head injury gave him amnesia, they wouldn't necessarily be related, and if it wore off, the amnesia wore off, wouldn't he need, like, a third head injury to bring the psychic powers back? Like, none of this makes sense to me.
I don't know. All I can say is that the amnesia held it back, Sam.
Incredible stuff. The brain really is a miracle.
He forgot how to read minds. That's what happened. It's amnesia.
No, he didn't forget how to read minds. He forgot that the ability to read minds existed in his brain.
Anyway, he can now.
I don't like it.
Back in the law office, Hye Seong and Do Yeon are sitting there in a bit of a shock about confirming that Joon Gook's alive, so they've had a little bonding moment, I guess. And Gwon-woo comes in to tell them about the truck and the man, and that Joon Gook is the one who, for some insane reason, allows Soo Ha to be kept alive. And Hye Seong confirms with Do Yeon that they're dropping charges. She's like, we're dropping charges, right? We're not going to be doing the appeal. And she's like, that's what you're worried about right now? She's like, yes, tell me that we're dropping charges.
This whole case is insane. We gotta stop it.
And so she runs off to find Soo Ha and tell him. So Soo Ha now, he's, recovered, I guess, and he's sitting outside the offices, but Hye Seong doesn't see him and calls him on the phone to, like, tell him the good news, which he already knows. And when she questions why he sounds, like, so despondent on the phone, because he does not sound happy about Joon Gook being alive.
I'm psychic again! No, my world was so quiet and now it's loud!
Totally listening to her as she's, like, on the phone, too. He's like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to tell her about Joon Gook, and she's like, Joon Gook's alive! In her head, like... So he's already in her head. And
wait,
he
on
tells,
the phone? He's in her head?
No, because he can see her. She ran outside the building. He's outside the building. He can see her.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got confused on who was talking to who in what context.
Yeah, so she's on the phone, but she doesn't realize he's like basically like 20 feet away from her. And he tells her that he's not happy because if Joon Gook's alive, it means that she's in danger again, which Hye Seong basically waves off like whatever. He comes up behind her in surprise and he ends up hugging her and is crying, saying it doesn't matter about his trial because she's in trouble. And that's way more important than like whether or not he got off.
No, it's not. Dude needs to chill.
He doesn't want her murdered. And he just remembered. Give him a moment. He's very emotional right now.
No.
To her absolute credit, she's empathetic for once in her life. So, like, she's like, it's okay, we're gonna be okay. Like, she doesn't tell him just to, like, suck it up and deal with it like she normally does.
Sure.
So that night, I assume, they take the bus home together. And she's insistent that regardless of what's happening, that he needs to get his GED and get his life together.
Yes, Mom. How's he attracted to this woman? She treats him like this relationship dynamic is not... I know they're trying to push them together, but I don't see this as a romantic relationship. It feels more like a paternal relationship, which is all kinds of problematic.
Okay, so it is a little bit... And I did 3 episodes. So these 3 episodes are doing some heavy lifting. And they have haven't talked about it much because I've skipped over a lot of their like more quote unquote romantic scenes, but like she's young for her age and he's old for his age. And so he also tells her what to do. He's like, you gotta clean up the house. Like he's very like used to taking care of himself and she's very much like all over the place. So in some ways they complement each other well. I would say it's a little paternalistic on each side. That for better or worse.
All right. Either way, it doesn't feel like a romantic. I'm just sorry. I'm not buying it. I'm going to put it out there. I don't buy it.
That's totally fair. Like I said, they're really pushing it. They're really trying to make it go into a romantic relationship in these episodes more than it was before, which is not. It was a little more sibling-ish. So he denies that he's gotten his memories back when she asks. So he's lying to her. She tells him he needs to do as he promised, and then he needs to leave her alone. And he listens in on her thoughts, where she's wondering if she's being too harsh, but then tells herself that she has to be or he'll pick up on her feelings. And he's like, excuse me? What? Like, but in his head, you know, he's like, feelings for me? You have feelings? What? Like,
no.
And then she's like, if I can just keep it together until he leaves, and then I can come to terms with my feelings. And like, we won't have to deal with this. Like, if he just leaves, I can go back to my normal life. And he asks her if she still hates him and if she wants him to leave. And though she confirms it out loud, she obviously says the opposite in her thoughts. But obviously he realizes he can't say anything and needs to go along with her to both protect her and not push her away, and because he's not ready to tell her.
These people are such children.
They are. So they get to the house and the cops are there, the two stupid cops, and they've arrived to put up more CCTVs that I'm sure will totally not mysteriously malfunction.
No, they're going to. They always do, Danielle.
Yeah, and they apologize to Soo Ha for constantly thinking he's a murderer, and they plan to patrol more frequently.
Okay, great. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yes, and he worries that if she realizes it all started because of his dad, that she won't be around him anymore, because he now knows that somehow his dad is involved in was potentially responsible for his own murder. Meanwhile, Do Yeon is arriving at home, and as she's about to step into her gate, she's approached by the jail guy, who I again feel like should have a name at this point, but I don't know it, and I'm not going to look it up. And he grasps her arm.
Jail friend. I know, jail friend.
The jail friend grasps her arm and he demands that she call her dad out. But before they can make it outside, she's like, can you help? Can you guys please come out? Before they can come out, the jail friend collapses on the ground.
Oh no, he's dying from a brain tumor.
I know. The judge looks very shaken as she's performing CPR on him, which he's definitely breathing and he looks to be kind of seizing, and I'm not entirely sure the CPR is helpful in this instance, but I could be wrong. I didn't check his pulse.
Fair enough.
But I was confused why she was performing CPR. So they take him to the ED and they find out he's got a glioblastoma with no more than 3 months to live. And they're like, oh no. And the police arrive mentioning that he just stabbed someone. So he's now wanted for attempted murder.
Again?
Well, it was actual murder before, so.
Can't catch a break.
I know. The next morning, Soo Ha's back to his old self. He's bossing her around, insisting she not skip meals and taking her to work, which she's secretly thankful for because she's afraid of Joon Gook but doesn't want to admit it. And they leave for work, and Soo Ha's looking very happy and content with himself. And the camera pans back to the apartment where the phone rings mysteriously.
Uh-oh. Are you home alone?
Yes.
This is a guy from the phone movie. I'm in your house.
What's your favorite horror movie? What's your favorite scary movie? That one?
Oh, no, that one. I was in the other one. What's the Man on the Phone or whatever it's called?
Calling from Inside Your House?
I don't remember what that movie was called. Sorry. Do you remember?
No.
Okay, great. Perfect. We're so good at this.
No idea what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
Do I? What?
Didn't we do the sequel to that on that other podcast? We had the sequel to that movie.
Describe the plot to me. Phone movie in the phone. We did watch a weird movie about a phone. It was like an old 70s movie or something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a throwback. I had forgotten I ever watched that.
It was one of Dustin's podcasts.
Oh, that's right.
When a Stranger Calls, that's it. And then we had When a Stranger Calls Back. Yeah. There it is. We're bad at this.
Yeah, I remember that.
Scream is a good pull, but I was thinking for When a Stranger Calls.
That was a weird movie.
Yes, it was. I can't believe that took us so long to figure that out.
I've forgotten we ever did that, to be honest. So, good job.
Go us.
So the elder lawyer shows back up at the jail. He's livid that his ex-client is back in jail, having stabbed someone, but quickly realizes he tried to kill his ex-wife, who was supposed to be dead. Like, he didn't realize that part of the story. His client is having an absolute breakdown, as one would be, about how he spent 26 years in prison for a crime he couldn't remember, but didn't actually end up committing, and he asks him to get him a not guilty verdict. And the guy's like, I don't know if I can do that. You did actually stab someone.
Sure.
So back in the judge's house, Do Yeon is explaining the crime, like, to this crime to her mother, the 26 years the guy trying to murder his supposedly dead wife. And the judge is in his office, and the judge calls someone at the courthouse and requests that they assign someone other than his daughter to the case. Since there are no other prosecutors in this entire court system, I'm not sure how that's going to work.
I don't understand how anything works in this universe. I'm sorry.
So that her father asked her to be reassigned stays a secret for like literally 3 seconds of this TV show, because they immediately tell her that her dad reassigned her when she tries to take the case. Given her familiarity with it, it makes sense that she would take it. Time? But familiarity with it.
There you go.
Given her familiarity with it. That's hard, Sam.
Look, I've been struggling today too, believe me. It's hot, my brain is melting, it's fine.
Almost done. Back at the house someday after all that, they get another mystery phone call.
Weeks, years.
I don't know.
When a stranger calls back, we did it, the sequel.
Hye Seong is absolutely unconcerned and goes to take a shower, but Soo Ha finds it kind of suspicious and does some digging and realizes they've gotten multiple random missed calls. So he starts redialing all the numbers, but only gets through on one, which goes to a phone booth. And he immediately gets the police on it. And there's a CCTV there, and they track the time.
But it mysteriously goes out.
No, they track the time, and for once in his frickin' life, Joon Gook didn't break the CCTV, so they can see him clear as day on the phone. Like, he's got a little bucket hat on, but it's him.
You did one thing right in your entire murder career, which was taking all the CCTV cameras. And I'm disappointed.
So the police are like, why would he call? And I was like, why wouldn't he call?
Because he's an obsessed weirdo.
And he's done the phone thing before. And Soo Ha
is great.
Yeah, Soo Ha tells them, it's to see if she still lives in the apartment, which she shouldn't, so that's on them.
That is a bad decision.
Yeah, so she did answer the phone at one point. There's just, nobody on the other line, so he now knows that they do live in the apartment still. So he goes back home, he packs up all her important belongings, and I assume, hopefully, they're moving to a safer apartment, because this is insane. Why are they still there?
Yeah, it's a really good question.
Back at the office, the elder lawyer asks for Hye Seong's help with his case, explaining the story and how he met his wife at the hospital. So apparently, we kind of do the flashback. He hadn't originally meant to stab her. It wasn't like he immediately was like, oh my god, I want to murder this woman. But what she said prompted him. And you see the flashback where she tells him that she's really sorry for what she did, but it was the best decision at the time. She didn't like him or his debts and didn't want to raise their daughter in debt. And so she cheated on him and framed him for murder? Just divorce him, man. Leave? I don't know.
So her plan was, I'm sorry, I'm trying to process this.
Totally
fair. Her plan was that, hey, we're poor and living in debt. And I love you, but I don't want my daughter to grow up in debt, so I'm going to...
She didn't like him, so maybe she was not in love with him anymore.
So she didn't love him, and didn't want the daughter to grow up in debt, so her plan was to frame him for her murder by cutting off her own hand the way Joon Gook did, and then disappearing the daughter instead of divorcing him.
Yes.
What?
And listen, I don't know what the divorce scenarios are like in Korea, but I can't imagine it's any better than having to restart your entire life from scratch and frame your husband for murder.
And Danielle, I realize I just said the exact same thing you said to me back, but I just wanted to make sure because it was crazy.
Yeah, that's the plan, Sam. That was the plan.
Nonsense. Absolute bonkers.
Yeah, and he obviously is like, WTF, and she says that it really is better. Their daughter's now living with a rich family and doesn't know who they are, and he didn't have to live with his debts, so really, he should be thanking her, and isn't that better for everyone? Everybody got what they needed.
How did she get to a rich family? Did she run away with some other rich dude after this? I don't know. She had an affair. So I guess so, yeah.
We'll find out. We'll find out shortly. So that's where we stand, Sam. That's why he went to jail. That's why she faked her own murder. And the daughter lives with some rich family.
Did she sell her daughter?
I don't know. Maybe. To pay his debts, perhaps.
To cover up, like, because once you fake your own murder, you can't really, like, enter the job market, so.
So I'm not even sure how she's walking. She seems to be, like, working at this hospital, so she must have done a good job getting her paperwork in order. He then attacks her, which I feel like is fair, honestly. Like, honestly. I was on his side.
She deserves it.
Yeah, he tries to stab her with one of the pieces of the vase that she dropped. I don't know. Don't feel like that was the wrong reaction to that, really.
I do not disagree.
So the sticking point isn't so much that he did all of this, like for the court case, because maybe they could get a not guilty verdict given the circumstances, but technically they don't have proof that his wife is his wife because she's been living under a whole new identity. So it looks like this woman is a different person, even though, like...
Can they fingerprint her? Or,
no.
Like,
because they cannot fingerprint her, Sam.
Because she doesn't have both hands?
Because she has no working hand, like her left hand's gone, and then her right hand, she's worked in kitchens her whole life, so her fingerprints are burned off.
That's not how that works.
So their only thought is they have to find the daughter to get a DNA test, because otherwise, like, there's no way to prove that this woman is who she supposedly is.
No. What? No.
Good times.
Nonsense.
So Soo Ha shows up at the office to tell her that Joon Gook was seen and called the house as well. So he tells her that she has to come live with him at his place, which honestly feels like too obvious a place, but he swears that Joon Gook somehow doesn't know about it. I don't know how he would know that. And it has a front desk and CCTVs, so it's at least safer than her place, assuming Joon Gook doesn't take out the CCTVs. But apparently he's not good at that anymore.
I still believe in Joon Gook. He had one lapse. We all have a bad day, but he's still the CCTV king. I believe in him.
Yeah, he just didn't realize that they would connect the dots with the missed calls and, like, look at all the CCTVs.
That's just lazy thinking, man. You gotta always cover your tracks.
Yeah.
Or also maybe stop calling them from public places. Use burner phones. I don't know.
Nope. So back at her old apartment, Joon Gook's cruising through the street looking for her, staring up at her apartment, all creepily. And the next day or something, they go to what I assume is some kind of adoption agency or record place, and they're trying to get the records for who the daughter is, but it's like a sort of closed adoption in that I don't know whether or not the biological parents don't know who the original, like, birth parents were, but it's clear that, like, other people can't access that information.
So she adopted her daughter out after faking her murder. How did she get the paperwork for that to go through?
We'll find out. Or not.
Will we? And it sounds like when people are like, yo, if you're going to get your child for adoption, I mean, I guess you could just abandon her daughter somewhere and hope she gets adopted, but it sounds like she wanted to get her daughter adopted specifically by this rich family. So, I don't know. Seems like there are some paperwork that have to be done to verify her identity and such.
Yes. We're going to find out, Sam. We're going to find out in just a moment.
Okay, fine. Great. I won't like it, though, will I?
No. So I'm surprised you haven't gotten there yet, to be honest. But I appreciate all of your thoughts. So back somewhere, I don't know where they are, Do Yeon runs into her father and is like, what the heck? Why did you pull me off the case? And he's like, yeah, I didn't do that. I never called and, like, requested the two be off the case. I have no idea what you're talking about. And for reasons, Soo Ha's nearby and happens to overhear her dad being suspicious in his head. So he's, like, standing there lurking and listening in. And meanwhile, Gwan-woo is heading towards Hye Seong's apartment and texts her to ask and is like, hey, can you let me know? Did you get home safe? I just want to check in. And when he glances up, he realizes he sees Joon Gook under a post, waiting with a stick of wood, like as a weapon. Like a
billy club stick of wood, or just like a
random piece of, I wouldn't say plywood, but like almost looks like a fence picket or something.
A post, got it.
Yeah.
Under a post with a post.
Exactly. So he creeps up on him to attack, but Joon Gook somehow knew he was coming, which seems unlikely. And
well, here's the thing you didn't know about Joon Gook. He's also psychic.
That would be amazing and would explain a lot of things.
I don't want to explain more or make things more confusing.
So he gets, Joon Gook gets the upper hand. And then as he's like, has the like piece of wood to his neck or whatever, he says to Gwan-woo that he wants to tell him something and the camera cuts away. So the
what
scene
I want to tell you is...
I'm in love with you.
Yeah, I was going to say that exactly. Damn it, you beat me to it.
Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
Again, that makes so much more sense if he was like, I gotta, because he loves Gwan-woo. He's like, well, Gwan-woo has a hot for Hye Seong, so if I get her out of the way, he's all mine.
Or like the best way to screw over Hye Seong is to take Gwan-woo.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that'll really break her. You left me for him?
They fell in love with over
during the court
lawyering.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Love it. Cut, print. So the scene
Makes sense to me.
Cuts to Hye Seong and Soo Ha. Soo Ha tells her, she's spending there's this long scene where she keeps wondering, like, I wonder who the daughter is. How are we going to find the records? Maybe I should break in. Like, she's just having all these thoughts, and he's kind of like listening in on her while she's thinking all these things.
Being a little creep, got it, like he normally does.
Yeah. And Soo Ha's like, listen, so I know who the daughter is, and I've been debating telling you all night. It's Do Yeon.
What? What? So Do Yeon is the daughter of prison dude and the fake murder girl.
Yep.
And she secretly adopted her out to the rich family for reasons that are inexplicable.
She secretly adopted her to the judge who presided over her husband's case. Yes.
Wow, that is bonkers? Yeah, bonkers.
We'll get into it in a moment. It does not make it clearer.
Yeah, wow. What?
Yeah, so her reaction was similar to
She
yours.
like, hey, if you convict my ex-husband for my fake murder, I will give you my daughter.
No. Close, but no.
All right. I'm trying here.
So Hye Seong does not believe Soo Ha at first, but he tells her that the judge was on that case 26 years ago, and right after he ruled guilty on it, that was the verdict, the mother, the jail guy's wife, approached him in a parking garage.
He ruled guilty. What about the jury?
They didn't have a jury. It was one of those lawyer cases, or one of the judge cases.
Okay, sure. That's okay. Fine, sure, whatever.
There was no jury. I'm pretty sure there was no jury. Yeah, the judge was the one who ruled guilty on it.
So he rules guilty, and then she's like, hey, you just convicted my husband. As a reward, here's my daughter.
So she comes up to him in the parking garage. He, like, reacts appropriately, like, oh my god, I totally put this wrong guy in jail. You're alive. What's happening right now? So apparently this was a big deal case, and the mom knows that. It's, like, in the newspaper. It basically, like, made his career. She's kind of, like, low-key threatening him that
she blackmailing him? Yeah.
Yeah, like, if she turns herself in, that would backfire on him. It would be, like, it would sink his career. But she promises to disappear.
I mean, it's just like, oh, this person who masterminded this pull one over. Maybe he could have done better, but like, isn't it the lawyers who present the evidence? Like, I would blame the lawyer for not doing a good defense job.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. Whatever. It's a plot device, Sam.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to dissect the plot devices and things now? Oh, I didn't get the memo, Danielle. They would change their whole modus operandi.
I don't know. Like, I didn't see the case. I don't know what happened. I don't know how important this is.
She was like, I will sink your career. Like, I wish they at least did a little work. Like, okay, this was this case, and he like bet his career. Like he said, if I do this case well, I'm going to get promoted to the Supreme Court or whatever. But anyway, I guess she's like, I'll turn myself in, blow up your spot, unless you raise my daughter. Yeah,
it's like clear that this case was very important. I don't know exactly why, but apparently it's a big deal. So she promises to disappear if he'll do her a favor, which is to take in her daughter. The couple, like the judge and his wife, were already planning to adopt. They were looking into adoption, which she somehow knows. Maybe it's like well known. Maybe it's in the newspaper. I don't know. And she's basically like, adopt my daughter, essentially.
Okay, sure.
But I do think it's important to know that she says she'll disappear, she'll change her name, nobody will ever see her again, but she stays in the same town. And I realize they're like in Seoul or something, so it's like a big city. But also, like, go away, lady. Like, why are you still in the same town? Like, why are you there?
This is so convoluted. We're so far afield from the Joon Gook revenge plan to the adoption of Do Yeon. Like, what the heck?
Well, given that we're like a few episodes from the end, I imagine we'll get back to the Joon Gook drama pretty shortly.
I know, but like, just why? Why was like this? Hey guys, we didn't have enough to deal with this whole other plot. Let's throw another entire like adoption plot into this for no reason right towards the end. Piece. Okay, sure. Ensemble piece. Okay, Danielle, let's go.
So Hye Seong is obviously shook at this news, but then suddenly realizes, like, she's like, wait, why do you know this? And can you read minds again? Is that what's happening right now? And he admits that he can, and he also admits that he got his memories back. Dun, dun, dun! That's where we're going to end. That's the end of it. That's where I'm stopping.
That's not much of a cliffhanger, Danielle, but thank you.
I know it wasn't, but I wasn't going to do more. That was a lot of episodes.
Yeah, but I appreciate you trying to add the dramatic sting at the end there as if it was. Yeah.
It's dramatic to her. That's where the episode ends. It like cuts off very dramatically. And I was like, yeah, we saw that coming.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think I could be more confused by these episodes, but here we are.
Yeah, the drama was really that Do Yeon is the secret daughter, though it's very heavy-handed in the plot. I'm glad that you didn't guess it. I really thought you would.
I'll be honest with you, I was not paying attention at all to that whole thing because I did not care.
Banking on that.
To be fair, I didn't even think I even knew the guy had a lost daughter until like this episode, so I didn't even think about it.
Only mentioned it a couple times kind of in passing, but also I sort of forgot he was important until like halfway through, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's right, he's like the dad. Yeah. I was like, oh, now I gotta talk about him.
Yeah, you thought it was so unimportant you even bothered to tell me his name, so I'm not taking like half blame for that.
I super don't know his name. I've just called him JL Guy in my notes.
Again, I'm surprised, but not like in a, wow, that's so clever way. Like, what? That's so convoluted way.
So convoluted. That's why I'm using this for the podcast.
I know. I emphasize that none of this makes sense. This plot is so overly complicated for what it needs to be doing. And if it just made the lawyers less stupid, wouldn't need to do all this other stuff. Maybe.
Then it wouldn't be as much fun to watch.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it depends what you're looking for, I suppose.
We're nearing the tail end. We've got like maybe two more, maybe one, but I'm thinking 2 more episodes.
I can't wait till they wrap it up until Joon Gook marries Do Yeon or something.
Yes, I
because they're really long lost. That's his long lost wife that they thought Soo Ha killed, Soo Ha's father killed, or whatever.
Turns out it's actually his sister.
Something like that. I don't know. I would not be surprised by any plot twist at this point.
Literally anything.
Anything.
Yeah, I really want to know about the dad. I'm curious what his magic tongue did.
Maybe Joon Gook is his dad, and he's like, in the accident, he forgot. I don't know. But also, the magic tongue thing, that is intriguing.
Oh, I got it. Maybe Soo Ha is actually Joon Gook's son.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I think it's true.
Okay, thank you for repeating what I just said. Maybe Joon Gook's the father and the accident forgot. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Why would Joon Gook forget in what accident? He wasn't in an accident.
In the car accident. They had the car accident that supposedly killed him, but he actually got amnesia.
And so Joon Gook hits their car, kills whoever this random dude is that stole his son, I would imagine.
No, it was a babysitter.
Okay, the babysitter. And then Joon Gook also has amnesia, but still goes after the guy trying to murder him in the car.
Has a mental break from the accident, absolutely.
Okay. And then his amnesia is just that he doesn't remember that Soo Ha's his son.
Yeah, it makes as much sense as Soo Ha's psychic powers being tied to his amnesia, so let's go.
Sure, let's pretend that's what's happening.
How was your argument that Soo Ha is Joon Gook's son going to be any different than that?
that was the whole thing.
Yeah, okay, so thank you. I had a more... I think I solved it.
And so, like, he still doesn't know that it's his son, I assume, in the story.
100% at this point, no.
And so he's just like, his psychologically manifests, like when his son got amnesia and he let him live with that random dude instead of killing him. 1, he doesn't want to kill him because it's his son, but he doesn't realize that.
Subconsciously, absolutely.
Yeah. And then 2, he was like forcing that on him somehow because he didn't want him to be amnesia? Like taken in or like seen by a doctor or anything. So he needed like a partner in his amnesia with his son.
No. The amnesia thing was just a happy coincidence. Yeah, but that's why he's so bad at killing Soo Ha is because he has the paternal instinct still.
Okay. Yeah, he seems to not want to kill Soo Ha for whatever reason. He like doesn't hold a grudge against Soo Ha. He wants to actually turn Soo Ha into himself, so him being the father would track.
And also he's like, Hye Seong wants to take my little boy from me. I must stop her.
Yes, that's true. Solid. I totally believe. Yeah. You're right. It was exactly the thing.
Okay, you're welcome. I think my government conspiracy is still a close second to that, though.
Yeah, but I really do think that it's a solid possibility that Joon Gook's secretly his dad.
I really hope. I like how you don't know.
I don't know. I do not remember what it was. I have ideas, but I don't know if any of them are right.
Well, if you out there want to write in with your own theory about how all these relationships work, like who's related to who in what convoluted way, you can do so at bookretorts.com.
You can also please Sky us at Book Retorts.
And if you want to help out the Book Retorts Adoption Agency, where we'll make sure your adoption is super secret and also only comes to light the most plot-relevant moment, you can do so at patreon.com/bookretorts.
I don't know how we're going to organize that, but it'll happen.
Yeah, we're so good at plot, you have no idea. Well, until next time, if you get amnesia, I hope you don't forget about your secret power, because that's never a good thing.
Yeah, but it worked out pretty well for Soo Ha.
Did it?
Yeah, he got it back just in time to realize that his girl that he stalked for years actually likes him.
Oh, that's a good point. So,
Perfect timing.
maybe you should make sure your psychic powers start your amnesia. Work on that.
If you know, as listeners, if you know how the amnesia and the psychic powers are somehow intertwined with each other, we would love to hear about that.
Secondary call to action, absolutely.
Any psychiatrists or psychologists out there who maybe have an idea how brains work?
Psychologists or psychiatrists who work with psychic powers, please call us.
They're out there.
I have no doubt there are. Do we want to hear from them is the question. Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If it's in relationship to this K-drama, then yes.
There you go. Well, until next time, bye.
Take care, everyone.
But I also think it's great that my theories make more sense to you than the actual plot of the show.
I would argue that maybe Joon Gook is his dad. I feel like that would be a K-drama twist that would totally happen. Do you think Joon Gook has children besides him?
Oh, got it. Hye Seong.
Joon Gook is Soo Ha and him are siblings, right?
Yeah, that's what makes it so this is the horrors. I gotta stop them.
I did say that earlier. I said they're probably siblings.
Yeah, I believe it.
Now you're repeating me.
I know, it's great. I think we don't pay attention to each other at
Our
all.
ideas are exactly the same.
Half the time you're talking about these characters, I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about. I'm just gonna pretend I understand. I get real lost in the soup.
In the summary, you did great with the names.
They're finally sinking. It only took us 5 episodes.
I actually look back at my notes all the time. It's like I can't keep any of their names straight. I have the same problem with this particular drama. I don't know. I don't remember having that with other K-dramas. It's like specifically this one that I have a hard time with it.
I would love to see, after the 5th episode of Hyperion, if you still remember any of their names.
Rawl rhymes with tall.
That's the only one you got.
And then, Timothy Treetops, or whatever his name was.
Timothy Treetops? What is this, the Lord of the Rings?
He was
Tom Bombadil.
He owned the Treetop restaurant or whatever.
Oh, right, the one you made up. Right. I love how you always remember the fictional people you make up more than the actual characters in the story.
His name was Timothy Treetops, but it was something like that. Jonathan Treetops? It might have been Jonathan Treetops.
Great. Perfect.